We take you out to New Orleans where we'll see what happens when the NBA's All-Star festivities collide with the Mardi Gras. New Orleans is a full-on party this week from Bourbon Street to the Superdome. Time now to get it out to Sage Steele and Ramona Shelburne from the Big Easy as the city hosts the All-Star Weekend for the third time. Hey Sage, hey Ramona.
That's right. Hi, Tony. Ramona and I were just talking. You just saw the floats getting ready, right?
Yeah, I was having breakfast over at Mother's Cafe, and all of a sudden, all the parades just start going down the street.
Like the real parade is going.
Yeah, the parade is tonight at 6 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
But they were getting ready to move down the road.
Yeah. Okay, so let's hurry this up because I've never seen a Mardi Gras parade, although they keep us locked up. Let me tell you about this one in New Orleans. First things first, though. Let's talk some basketball. And you guys know, you fans know, that one of the biggest storylines here is the fact that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant will be teammates once again for the first time since KD announced his departure to Golden State back on July 4th. We're in the media room right now, and I don't know if you can see, but right there is where Russell Westbrook's going to be, and right across from him is where Kevin Durant will be. I wonder if there'll be some eye contact, Ramona. What are you thinking coming in?
Well, we had a chance to talk to Steph Curry and Steve Kerr about how this is going to go, right? I mean, who makes the first move? Does Russ go up to Kevin? Does Kevin go up to Russ? Does Draymond Green just say, come on, guys, right? Who makes the move here? How does this work? And, what we saw last week in Oklahoma City was essentially Russell Westbrook kind of has, everyone's taking their cue from him on this. He's the guy who got left behind, right? Yeah. He's the one who was left. And so if Russell continues to maintain that sort of defiant chilliness, then I think everybody else maintains that defiant chilliness. But I had a chance to ask Steve Kerr about that yesterday. And said, hey, Steve, you're pretty good. Coach of the year, won 73 games. You got this one figured out?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Listen, it's good stuff. Listen.
All right, so if you got this all figured out, you're going to sing a song. Do you have a video plan? Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, back on the same team, and you're coaching them.
Yep. So it's all up to me to broker this truce, and it's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful, and we're going to get it done.
How do you think it's really going to go?
I have no idea. I mean, this is... This is kind of one of the weird things about the All-Star game is, you get guys who are competing head-to-head all year long at the highest level in sports, and then all of a sudden they're teammates. And then obviously sometimes you get these personal connections like we have with Russ and KD. And I think it's actually probably the healthiest thing that can happen is they just, they're in the same locker room, and maybe they have a few words and we can put this stuff behind us.
If they can put this stuff behind them. And it is a big if. Tell me what you think. Personally, Ramona, I don't think Russell's going to soften anytime soon. He is angry. I think he's expressed that he's hurt, not that Kevin Durant left. It's the way he did it, a text message, and that he has not reached out since. Why now, especially coming off that game the other day where we were both in Oklahoma City, why now is he going to soften? Yeah,
I don't see it. I mean, sometimes it's almost harder to keep up that feud, right? Like when you're in the same room with somebody, it's almost harder not to talk to them. And so I guess the only way I could see that softening is if somebody like a Draymond Green or a mutual friend kind of puts their arm around him and says, let's go talk, guys.
I know, but Russell,
I don't see it.
You know Russell too. Russell doesn't care if the President of the United States comes over and says, here, you guys need it. He does not care. If anything, he's fueled by this.
Well, look, Oklahoma and Russell Westbrook have sort of been defined by the way they've handled Kevin Durant leaving, right? That defiance that Russell's playing with, he's averaging a triple-double this year. I mean, I remember when Kevin left, I think I had this reaction. I was like, this is going to be the Russell Westbrook chainsaw massacre this whole year, right? That's kind of the way he's played, that fury and that defiance.
Yeah.
So why would he stop now? Why would he change things up just to have a moment on the court? I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
For us?
Yeah.
For the fans?
Oh, yeah.
By the way, let's take a look. We did shoot some video earlier so you can kind of get some perspective, some context as to how close they will be sitting. And again, the Western Conference comes out first, and these guys will be lined up around the room. But Russ right opposite of KD. And it's interesting to me because, Ramona, I just feel like Russell has been different this year. People who know him really well have said he isn't as friendly. Not that he's the friendliest guy with the media, but he's been even more tight, even more on edge, because he's got more on his shoulders at this point because of Kevin's decision.
If anything, I think this is what's happened is bonded both teams together in their own separate corners
Sure.
more, right? I mean, when you have a couple that have friends and they have a breakup, and everybody that you're friends with, you kind of have to choose sides.
Take sides.
Like, who you're going to still be friends with. Like, that's what's happened with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant.
How about the cupcake stuff the other night? Because that was it was not about the cupcake itself. It was more about those guys supporting Kevin Durant.
That's right. Steve Kerr flat out said, we've been to the finals with this group before, but we haven't been in the fire with Kevin Durant before. We've competed against him in the Western Conference Finals, but he hasn't been there with us. And I think that game, with all the hatred that was directed right at Kevin Durant, I think that brought them together in a way. I mean, I noticed this one spot. Do you remember at the beginning of the game, and right before the game, and they had the prayer, the group, and there was an invocation. Somebody yells out from the stands, "God bless Russell," right? Remember that? And then the rest of the people were booing Kevin Durant. Steph Curry he was standing right next to him, and at one point he put his hand right around Kevin Durant. Right? Just put his arm right on his shoulder. And you got that feeling that these guys on the Warriors now, they were protective of him. I mean, they understood this was his fight. This is all about Kevin that night. But they were standing right next to him.
And that's how it should be. No matter which side you are on at home, that's exactly how it should be. And Russell Westbrook's probably still a little bit irked that he wasn't named a starter here as well. So, all kinds of interesting storylines.